Hi everyone, Travis Robertson, real estate coach, CEO, and founder of Robertson Coaching International, where we help agents just like you create businesses that support your life, not run your life. Now, I'm really excited today to be bringing to you part 2 of our 5-part series on the 5 phases of marketing. The 5 different phases that each of your leads are going to go through. Now, real quick, if you haven't watched phase 1, there's a link below this video. Make sure you go back, watch phase 1, and then come back here to phase 2. Now, phase 2 is what we call lead nurturing. Lead nurturing, and this is where most agents' businesses end up breaking down. See, we get the lead in, but then what happens after that? Not a whole lot. Most agents end up chasing what we like to call the hot 5%. But that begs a question. What happens to the other 95% who aren't hot? And if all your marketing is doing is focusing on the hot 5%, have any idea what happens to the other 95%? By default, you're ignoring them. In fact, I was doing a conference one time and a gentleman in the front row goes, "Yeah, I actually do ignore them." And at least he was being honest, but the reality is we can't ignore those 95% of leads that aren't ready to move forward with us right now. You see, the average internet lead is anywhere from 6 to 18 months out from being ready to move forward. So the question becomes this: what are you going to do? How are you going to communicate with them until they're ready to move forward? That's the key question at this phase. What are you going to do to communicate with them until they're ready to move forward? Now, there's a couple things you need to keep in mind. On average, most agents touch their leads anywhere from 1 to 3 times before giving up. Unfortunately for them, most sales don't happen until after 8 to 12 different touches. So by giving up after 1 to 3 touch, it puts you at a disadvantage over those who are willing to touch their prospects more frequently. And I don't mean in a perverted way. All right? So what does this look like? What a good lead nurturing system is it's got to be keeping you in front of the people that you're intending to serve, bringing them value on a consistent, regular basis. What we would encourage you to do is this: when a lead comes in, you almost want to over communicate with them until they get back to you. See, the biggest problem we have is what? They're not calling us back. They're not emailing you back. So how do we avoid that? We keep trying, and we keep trying. Like the little engine that could, you don't give up until you talk to them or until they respond. There was a great study by InsideSales.com, and what they found is that if you only touch your clients 5 times, your odds of getting a sale only go up by about 50%. After 12 touches, it goes up by 90%. So you've got to be more frequent, more verbal with the people that you're trying to communicate. Now, the big question I get asked is this: but how much contacting them is too much? What point do I become a spammer? And nobody wants to be a spammer, right? Well, here's the thing. If you provide real value, you can't market too much. But if all you're doing is going, I'm awesome, I'm the #1 realtor in Newport Beach, California, under 6'1", weighing 175 pounds or less with brown hair, nobody cares. Who do they care about? Themselves, right? See, they're all tuned into the same station. We've heard this. What's in it for me? Your marketing has to be focused on providing them value, telling them what's in it for them. Meet their needs, their wants, their desires, their hurts, their pains in your marketing, and I promise you this: they're never going to ask you to stop. And if they do, they're not the right client for you. So if only 5% of your leads are hot, it's now time to develop a consistent, systemized lead nurture follow-up where you're going to keep in contact, keep value happening until they're ready to raise their hand. I'm Travis Robertson. It's been a pleasure bringing this value to you. If you found this valuable, like the video below. Make sure you comment, leave me any questions you have. You can also visit us online at travisrobertson.com if you have any questions on our program, our coaching, or what you've seen here today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video as we tackle the last 3 phases in our 5-part series. The problem is that you need to touch them more frequently, not in a bad way, but just in a good way, right? You need to touch them more frequently. You can't laugh in the background there.
Sorry.
You want to caress your leads frequently. Hi, I'm Travis Robertson. Welcome to the Love Coach. Okay, so